Hello and welcome to Gettler Stadium. I am Miles Essenpreis, joined by Paulina Arana here at beautiful Gettler Stadium as we take the Cincinnati Bearcats versus the Iowa State Cyclones. Cincinnati, after a win against Oklahoma State in a 1-0 near victory, joins 13 overall in the Big 12 as they take on Iowa State, number 15 in the Big 12 standings. Cincinnati so far at home over the past 3 games is undefeated at 2-0-1 as they take a 4-7-6 record against the 4-8-3 Iowa State Cyclones. Iowa State has seen some recent struggles after they have not won a game since September 19th against Arizona in a 1-0 victory at home. Iowa State this season has been struggling with shots per game, shooting 10.1 shots on average per game against their opponents' 15.1. And the struggles for Cincinnati have also been offensively, with only 12 goals to their opponents' 20. So what do you think the key to victory for the Bearcats here is today?
I mean, I think if they can stay offensively together, have good chemistry on the offensive side, I think they've been struggling a lot bringing the ball down the field and maintaining possession. And really what's keeping them afloat this season from what I've seen in previous games is their goalkeeper, Cameron Miller, making those saves. And defensively, I think they also need to come a little tighter together, close those gaps a little bit, and make sure that they're covered on all grounds.
Cameron Miller is third in saves in the Big 12, allowing just 1.176 goals on average. 65 saves for the redshirt senior, and the goalkeeper for the Iowa State side, number 0, Casey Canestraro, who was third in the Big 12 in saves per game, but allowing 1.53 goals on average with 64 saves on the year. Defensively, these Iowa State Cyclones have been very, very tight, as they are what's keeping this Iowa State team afloat, with their offense coming up short more often than not. Historically, Cincinnati has faced Iowa State twice, and they are undefeated against them, 1-0-1. So a win today would put Cincinnati 2-0-1, remaining undefeated against the Iowa State Cyclones. As we take the introductions for the starting lineup for the Bearcats, and the clock will tick down from 10 seconds as we end this pregame segment. It is senior night here in Cincinnati for the women's soccer. So after the game, we will celebrate these Cincinnati seniors, as the Bearcats got a big win against Iowa State earlier this year, taking on a ranked opponent in the Iowa State Cyclones and taking away a big win to rank them. And just last night, Cincinnati Bearcats got a big win over the Baylor Bears in a 41-20 victory at Nippert. So with that, we will take a break and resume at the starting kickoff. Both teams take the field as we rejoin you here at Gettler Stadium in this Big 12 matchup. Bearcats 2-5-2 win the Big 12, searching for their third win, and Iowa State searching for their second win. Excuse me for that pause. Away, Iowa State has been struggling as they were 2-5 on the road, and at home is the Cincinnati strength as they are 3-2-3 as we await opening kickoff. Bearcats in pink tops and white shorts with white socks, and their goalkeeper in the neon green, and Iowa State in a black and red shirt with black bottoms as their goalkeeper is in teal. So with that, Iowa State stands over the ball to take possession in this first half as Cincinnati joins their positions and we await kickoff. Once again, I'm Miles Essenpreis, joined by Paulina Arana for Cincinnati hosting Iowa State. Cameron Miller jogs back to her goal, looking for a big game out of Cameron Miller on this cold afternoon. And we are underway as Iowa State kicks it off, now working it back to the defense to number 23, Erin Hopewell, as she is met by Riley Felton. Passes it back to their goalkeeper, Canastraro. Again, working around their defense, number 6, Chloe Broughton. Long ball into the middle of the field, picked up by Claire Ray as she is tripped up, but Riley Felton back to Emma Joffrey. Works it around to Swingle, as she works it to Carson Yon at the midfield line on the far side, as that is intercepted by Iowa State as they take it to the middle of the field, picked up by number 16, Taylor Spritzer, as they are working down the far side on the wing now, working it to the corner flag as that is kicked out of bounds by Carson Yon.
That was some good defensive work there by number 4, Carly Aubes, defensive player for Cincinnati.
It'll be an Iowa State throw-in as they still on the wing look for a cross, but it is blocked as they find it near the top of the D, looking for space. Still working around the top of the box as they find the inside of the box. They work a cross in, but that is wide of the post, out of bounds for a Cameron Miller goal kick.
That was some really good work there by the Cincinnati defense, staying tight in the middle, not allowing the ball to get crossed into the middle for an open shot. Now Cameron Miller for a goal kick.
Takes it in the middle of the goal as she works it to her left, number 11, Broering. Broering kicks it straight to an Iowa State attacker as is picked up by Claire Ray, but they still have possession of the ball at the top of the box. Works it out to the wing. Number 21, Jada Arth, that was 21, Ella Cardillo, as she kicks it into the waiting arms of Cameron Miller. Cameron Miller now holds the ball, bounces it a couple times, waiting for defenders to get in position before she takes the drop kick. And it will land in the middle of the field, picked up by Zembryova, but she kicks it to an Iowa State middle fielder as she takes a drive up the field. Plays it out to the wing to Cardiola again. She works up the wing looking for space. She kids it to the corner of the box, still at the top, but that is taken away by Claire Ray. And it is up to Riley Felton now, still on the Cincinnati side on the left wing. Joffrey putzes with it as she passes it to Swingle on the right wing. Swingle plays a long ball into the middle of the field that is picked up by Iowa State legs as it falls to Holly Sedlowski, who plays it into the Iowa State half. Pressure by Anna Barber as Iowa State works it around their defense near the Big 12 logo on the Iowa State side. Ball into the middle to number 12, Lucy Freutzheim. Works it out to the wing, straight to the middle of the field again to Freutzheim. Lucy Freutzheim. Interesting name for the midfielder. Zembryova applying pressure as they work it out to the wing again. and that is picked up by Coley Sidlowski in the middle of the field. Carson Yan gives her a push. Back to Sidlowski in the middle of the field as Cincinnati retakes possession, and they will work it out to the defense once more to Swingle, and then out to Cameron Miller at the edge of the D. Works it out to Broering near the Big 12 logo. Back to Miller. Miller plays the pass to Swingle. Swingle again to Broering. As an Iowa State attacker looks to pounce, but that is now Broering making it up the field to Felton. Met by Joffrey. Felton dribbles around an Iowa State attacker as it is back to Swingle, looking to play a pass. Long ball intercepted by Iowa State, but that falls to Claire Ray, as that is to Riley Felton down the left wing. Looking to dribble around. Finds its way into the box. Cross blocked. It's picked up by Claire Ray inside the box, but it'll work back to Emmy Joffrey. And that's a cross worked into the box, comfortably handled by an Iowa State defender, as that falls to Riley Felton again near the edge of the D. Cross into the box. Looked to be a shot, but that is safely handled by Casey Canestraro. Rolls it out to a defender as Zembryova gives chase. Number 4, Ella Zimmerman works it up to the wing, now into Cincinnati territory. Picked up by Riley Felton to Ray. Ray plays a long ball down the other wing to Coley Sidlowski. She has space, dribbles into the box, takes a left-footed shot. Safely handled by Casey Canestraro.
Great save there by the Iowa State goalkeeper and a wonderful shot from Cincinnati.
Casey Canestraro proving why she has the 3rd most saves in the Big 12. Iowa State defense not the best, as they're letting their goalkeeper take a lot of shots, and that is picked up by Claire Ray. Ray looking for attackers, dribbles her way to Riley Felton on the wing. And that is to Barber. Barber works in as she is tripped up by number 21, Cardiolo. And that is worked up to the field. Now 17, Morgan Goodman makes a play down the field. Works it to the wing near the Big 12 logo. That's 21, Ella Number 21 whips a cross, and that's a header safely handled by Cameron Miller. Cardulo is number 21 on Iowa State's name. Cardulo. Ella Cardulo. Cameron Miller will let her defenders walk up the field as she takes the drop kick. Landing at the halfway line on the right wing, as that is a header played by Zembryova near the Big 12 logo. She's working off the right wing. Plays a short ball as that is blocked by number 4, Ella Zimmerman. And that will dribble out of bounds for a Cincinnati throw-in, Carson Yan. Yan throws it into Sidlowski, and that is picked up by Iowa State defenders. Plays it back to Canestraro. Canestraro to Megan Walters. To the middle of the field to Goodman. Goodman works it back to Walters. That's Broughton. Chloe Broughton. Broughton works it up the right wing. Long through ball played to number 23, Aaron Hopewell, as that is picked up by Felton near the Big 12 logo. Felton plays it back to Broering. Broering to Swingle, now working inside the Cincinnati D. Swingle plays a long ball to the wing to Sidlowski, and Sidlowski gets a head on it, but it'll be picked up by number 4, Ella Zimmerman near the Big 12 logo on the Iowa State side. Zimmerman works it up the field, gets it to the center circle. Looking to play a 1-2, but that is picked up by Anna Barber. There's a fight for the ball with Carson Yan and number 16, Taylor Spitzer. The mess will be cleaned up by Kola Sidlowski. Plays a good ball to a defender, but she is kicked down by an Iowa State attacker, and it will be a free kick for Swingle. Swingle surveys Plays a long ball down the field, and that will fall out of bounds for an Iowa State throw-in. Defender McKenna Marshall throws it into 14 Hernandez. Excuse me, she defers the throw-in. And it is now pinballing around on the right wing near the Big 12 logo, and that is played back to Canestraro as they look to reset. Broughton now working it up the right wing. Plays a pass to 16, Taylor Spitzer, and that is wrestled away by Cincinnati. And they play it back to Swingle as they reset in their back line, and that's played to Ray at the halfway line. Ray to Joffrey. Joffrey has some space, and she's met by a defender who shoulders her out of the way. Joffrey still on the ball, left-footed cross, and that will go wide of the goal, out of bounds for a Canestraro free kick.
That was a great drive down the field by Joffrey, staying aggressive. Once an Iowa State player got close to her, she stayed aggressive, tried to cross it in, but failed.
Canestraro gesturing for one of her defenders to get near the Big 12 logo. Looking for a deeper goal kick as her defenders run down the field. Canestraro's free goal kick lands on number 12's head, Lucy Freutheim, as she heads out of bounds for an Emma Joffrey throw-in, which is again cleared by number 23, Aaron Hopewell, for another Joffrey throw-in. Joffrey plays it to Megan Smith. Falls to her feet at the outside of the box. Cross to an Iowa State defender. That's number 7, McKenna Marshall. Works it back to Ella Zimmerman. Looks to make a play down the left wing. And she is met by Zembriova, and that is called as a foul on Zembriova. A little bit too physical there for Ella Zimmerman. Long ball played down the left wing. And she is met by Carson Yan, but still has the ball working down the left wing now. Carson Yan, excellent defending as she wrestles to keep the ball inbounds, and it is Cincinnati ball now. Plays it past to Megan Smith. And that falls to Iowa State, but it trips her up. Barber now giving chase. And it will fall to Chloe Broughton again. Works it to 21, now near the Big 12 logo. That's Aaron Hopewell looking for a right-footed cross, and that is kicked out of bounds by Riley Felton. Quick throw in to number 21. Works it near the Big 12 logo. Left-footed cross through the referee's legs as that is safely handled by the Cincinnati defense. Now Megan Smith working out of the middle of the field. Passes it back to the Cincinnati edge of the D. Swingle now to Carson Yan. Yan now to Sidlowski. Sidlowski makes a run down near the halfway line. Works it to Zembriova. Anna Barber works it to the other side of the field to Felton, who works with one defender. Felton looks for a cross, and that will fall to McKenna Marshall, who works it now as Swingle will pick it up near the halfway line, and it will work through the Cincinnati defense to Claire Ray, still at the center line. Now Emma Joffrey. Joffrey back to the middle of the field to Broering. Broering to the right wing to Swingle. Long ball played. Megan Smith stays on side. Works it to the right wing. Big straw. Oh, and a shot attempt from the far right side of the box. Hits the side of the net just a little too wide for a Megan Smith goal, and it will be Canestraro's free kick. Works it out to the right wing to McKenna Marshall. Covered by Sidlowski. Still working on the right wing near the Big 12 logo. And Sidlowski goes down, and it is called a foul on the Iowa State Cyclones right next to the Big 12 logo.
This is a great opportunity to get it in the box and in the goal. So we'll see if the Cincinnati Bearcats can make do of this opportunity.
Attackers and midfielders crowd the box as they look to create chaos and put one in the back of the net. It'll be Claire Ray on the free kick. Free kick taken right next to the Big 12 logo. Whips it into the box. And Broering will get a head on it, but hits the woodwork as that will fall out for a Cincinnati corner kick. The Broering header just a little bit too much to the left as she hits the left post. Great shot on goal attempt for Faith Broering.
That was just an unlucky situation there, but they still have a chance to get it in the back of the net, so we'll see what happens here.
Megan Smith now to take the corner kick. Megan Smith whips it in. High one. And that is safely handled by Canestraro. Throws it out to 21, Cardillo. Cardillo works it to Zimmerman. And that is an excellent defensive play from Faith Broering as she knocks it out of bounds and halts the breakaway. Aaron Hopewell with the throw in now. Hopewell throws it into, as that is handled by Joffrey, then to Felton. Felton works it to Barber, and she is met by an Iowa State attacker as Goodman will pick up the ball straight to Megan Smith. Megan Smith, long ball down the right wing to Coley Sidlowski, who is onside. Works it on the right wing, inside the box, shot with the left foot, and that finds the back of the net for Coley Sidlowski, her third on the year.
Great shot there by Sidlowski.
And that proves the Iowa State's defensive problems all year as Coley Sidlowski with her left foot puts the Bearcats up 1-0.
And this is really all about awareness for the Iowa State defense, leaving some gaps open. I mean, Sidlowski was wide open on that wide side. So really, it's about awareness, knowing where the other players are.
At the 30-minute mark, Coley Sidlowski puts the Bearcats up 1-0 as Iowa State stands over the kickoff. It's 14. Lauren Hernandez works it up the left wing, but that is intercepted. Now to Barber. Barber to Jan. Still working up that right wing. Jan making a run. Has two defenders on her near the Big 12 logo. Works it inside. Looking for a cross, but that is blocked and off the legs of Carson Jan for another Canestraro goal kick. Canestraro works it to one of her defenders. That's Zimmerman. Now working near the Big 12 logo. That's Marshall. Marshall whips it in the middle of the field. Number 12, Freudheim. Freudheim now looking to play it up the left wing. Back to Freudheim. Freudheim. Now to number 23, Hopewell, working on the very right wing near the byline. Whips in a cross that is handled by a defender. 12 looks to get a shot off. Can't quite find the space as Bearcats swarm her. Number 21 looks for a shot, and that is high of the bar on the Cardullo shot. Didn't give Cameron Miller much to look at as that was high and wide left.
Great pressure there from the Cincinnati defense. Iowa State struggling to make some connections with the ball there to get a shot on goal.
This Cincinnati defense has been clinical all year as they apply the pressure and won't let the Cyclones get a clear shot as the Cameron Miller goal kick finds Riley Felton down the left wing to Claire Ray. Now falls to Cyclone legs, working near the Big 12 logo. And it will work inside the byline, but it will be out on the Cyclones for another Cameron Miller goal kick. Now 27 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. Bearcats up 1-0. Cameron Miller looks to take a goal kick. Players converging on the left wing. And the goal kick Lands on an Iowa State head, but it will fall to Carson Yon, who heads it back to Felton. Felton controls it, works it to Joffrey near the Big 12 logo. Joffrey to Broering. Broering finds Zembriova, but it is intercepted by Hopewell. Hopewell works it to Broughton, to Zimmerman. Long left-footed cross, but that is picked up by Joffrey. And now Felton on the ball. Works it to Broering near the Big 12 logo. To Cameron Miller. And it will fall to Swingle as it works through the Cincinnati defense. And that will go to Felton. The turn, but she is wrestled to the ground by Aaron Hopewell for a Cincinnati free kick.
Great idea there by Felton. If she could have stayed up on her feet, she could have made it down the line, but the Cyclones staying aggressive.
26 minutes and 23 seconds left in this first half. Bearcats up 1-0 as Broering stands over the free kick. Puts a long ball into Cyclone territory that will trickle out of bounds for a Canestraro goal kick.
The Cyclones have had a lot of really great ball movement from their defensive standpoint, so we'll see if they can bring it down the field and regain a good possession on the offensive.
Canestraro now standing over the goal kick. 25 minutes, 47 seconds left in this first half. 1-0 Bearcats. Goal kick lands in the center circle. That's picked up by Zembriova. Zembriova now working out of the middle of the field near the center circle. Plays it down the right wing to Sidlowski, who's open again. Fires off a shot, and that falls, and that's put in the back of the net by Riley Felton. As Canestraro can't get her gloves on it, it falls to Riley Felton, who is gifted an opportunity inside the 6-yard box and takes advantage of it by sticking it straight in the back of the net.
Great work by Felton there, following up on that ball and not giving up when the first shot didn't go through.
Felton smashes her third goal of the year as she puts the Bearcats up 2-0 with 25 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the first half. And that is huge for the Bearcats as they have had some offensive struggles this year, netting their 14th goal of the year. Bearcats are dangerous working with a lead. Plays it to 14, Lauren Hernandez off the opening kickoff. And Claire Ray, some strong defense, but that falls to Cyclone legs. 17, Morgan Goodman, and that is picked up by Joffrey off the fall from Goodman. Works it to Zembriova near the center circle. She plays it to Jan on the right wing. Jan works it back to Swingle. Swingle plays it to the edge of the D to Broering. Broering now working near the Big 12 logo. And that is intercepted by Cardullo. Cardullo looks for a shot, but she is well defended. Works it to Freudtheim. Now back to Cardullo working near the Big 12 logo. Cardullo gets a shot off, but that is a comfortable save from Cameron Miller.
Cameron Miller ready for that shot on her toes. Wonderful save over the goal.
The one-handed denial from Cameron Miller forces a corner kick from Iowa State. Cameron Miller not too challenged by that, as she didn't have to move much. All she did was jump up and get her big paw to it to force a Cyclone corner kick.
Cyclone offense crowding the goal as we head into this corner kick in hopes for one in the back of the net.
The entire Iowa State offense crowding by the left post, the far post, as that is a cross whipped into the box. Does not find anyone. Little bit too powerful, still inside the box, but that is kicked out by Swingle. Number 7 whips another cross into the box that is safely handled by Cameron Miller. Cameron Miller now picks it up. Time wasting, 23 minutes, 30 seconds left in this first half. 2-0 Bearcats as Cameron Miller holds the ball and waits for her defenders to get downfield. Now working up the far side of the pitch, right wing. Long goal kick falls to the Iowa State Cyclones. Zembryova kicks it as it dribbles out of bounds. Excuse me, that was Sidlowski who kicks it out of bounds for another Iowa State throw-in. Long throw-in. Falls out off the Cyclones. Excuse me, off the Bearcats, as that'll be another Cardulo throw-in. Cardulo works it to the Cincinnati box. Head by Swingle, but now it falls to Freudheim. Freudheim now works it to back to Freudheim at the top of the box. Works it back to Cardulo. Cardulo whips a shot in, but that is very far wide right. Again, not giving Cameron Miller much of a challenge, as it'll fall for another goal kick for her.
Cyclone struggling to get a good shot on goal and on frame.
Cameron Miller takes a sip of water before she takes the goal kick. Directing traffic. Lays it off to Broering, as she kicks it out of bounds for a dangerously close Iowa State throw-in. It'll be Marshall on the right wing. Marshall throws it into the box. Headed, dangerous territory. Number 17, Goodman, works into the Big 12 logo, but it will bounce off of Marshall for a Cincinnati throw-in. Joffrey taking the throw. Still working inside their own territory. Plays it to Zembryova, as that will be called out of bounds. Must have been a foul on the Bearcats. No, it was out of bounds, and Iowa State will throw it in, as that is falls to Cardulo, working near the Big 12 logo. Cardulo turns, Felton, looking for any space available, but she will go down right next to the Big 12 logo, wrestled down by Riley Felton for a free kick in a dangerously close area for the Bearcats.
Cincinnati defense getting a little too aggressive there. Might want to tone down the aggressiveness and be careful on those fouls, especially now in a dangerous area.
Goodman stands over the free kick. It'll be Ray and Felton on the wall. Fakes the free kick. Taken. That is too far, as that'll fall to a knee from the Iowa State Cyclones, but it is safely handled by Cameron Miller. Wasted opportunity for the Iowa State Cyclones, as Cameron Miller takes a goal kick. 20 minutes, 20 seconds left in this first half. 2-0 Bearcats. The Miller goal kick falls to Swingle, then to Jan. It will bounce off an Iowa State Cyclone attacker for a Carson Jan throw-in. Jan, high throw-in to Megan Smith. Falls to Iowa State. Iowa State tries to do some tricky footwork. That's Aaron Hopewell, but it will be knocked out of bounds by Megan Smith. Throw-in for the Cyclones. Long throw-in. Looking for Spitzer, but it'll be picked up by the Bearcats near the halfway line. Sidlowski now to Ray. Ray works it to the left wing to Felton. Felton now working with some space near the box. Works it inside. Felton cross, and that was almost put in by Zembryova with her back heel. She jumped in the air. She was looking for an easy goal inside the 6-yard box. Little bit too fast for her, can't quite get her foot to it, but that is off of the Iowa State Cyclones defense, and it will be a corner kick delivered by Megan Smith.
Cyclones leaving another gap open for Felton to take the ball and cross it in. We'll see if the Cincinnati Bearcats can get another one in the back of the net with this corner.
This was dangerous last time, as Megan Smith puts a high cross in, and that is safely caught by Canestraro. Canestraro with the safe hands. Rolls it out to defender Aaron Hopewell. Hopewell plays it up the right wing. Back to Hernandez as she works it to Zimmerman. to Broughton. Broughton now working with some space, pressured by Zembryova. Handled by Spitzer. Spitzer to the right wing to Marshall. And that is intercepted by Joffrey as she's working by the Big 12 logo. Picked back up by Cardulo. Then back to Joffrey, who clears it to Zembryova near the halfway line. Zembryova is pushing the back, but it is picked up by Felton, who now works it through the Cincinnati defense back to Cameron Miller. 17 minutes, 45 seconds left in this first half. 2-0 Bearcats, as that is a long ball played up the right wing. Handled by the Cyclones, now working from the halfway line. And that is muscled. Now Zembryova on the ball, working against 3 Iowa State defenders. And she will be clogged up. Carson Yan now looking for an easy goal. Almost a sneaky one pulled off by Carson Yan, but it'll fall to the Big 12 logo on the Iowa State side. Handled by Hernandez to Goodman. Now working by the Big 12 logo back to Hernandez. Excuse me, that's Hopewell. And that will trickle out of bounds off of the Cyclones for another Carson Yan throw-in. Ellie Flower and Brianna Gaynor will come in for Felton and Zembryova.
Cyclone offense there, struggling to regain control of the ball and struggling to maintain possession with the strong, aggressive defense that the Bearcats are putting up.
Sidlowski moves to the left wing as Megan Smith takes the striker spot in place of Zembryova. Handled by Gaynor, who works it up the right wing. Now working by the Big 12 logo, looking for a cross. And she tries to work it inside, but she is tripped up by an Iowa State defender who retakes possession. Now working by the Big 12 logo for the Cyclones. Works it to the middle of the field, falls to Megan Smith. Back to Gaynor, working at the Big 12 logo. Looks for a cross on the right wing. That'll fall to the back of Coley Sidlowski, looking for her second of the day, but it'll trickle out of bounds off of the Bearcats for another goal kick for Casey Canestraro. Works it to Zimmerman, pressured by Gaynor. And that'll fall to Cardulo, now working on the halfway line. Cardulo works it straight to Carson Yan, safely handled now to Swingle. Swingle plays it at the halfway line, looking for Gaynor, but is intercepted by Zimmerman. Zimmerman works it to the right wing to Cardulo. Cardulo plays it to the center of the field. A ball looking for Taylor Spitzer is safely handled by Cameron Miller. Cameron Miller only faced with one real shot on target, and it was comfortably handled. 15 minutes and 10 seconds left in this first half. 2-0 Bearcats, as the header will go off of the Cyclones, and another sub will come in. Ava Hendrick will come on for Megan Smith. And the other Gaynor twin, Kayla Gaynor, will come on for Carson Yan. If you don't look at the scoreboard, this first half has been very back and forth. Both teams having chances inside the box, but Bearcats being the more clinical bunch, as that is headed out of bounds off the Bearcat throw-in for another Bearcat throw-in. That'll be Kayla Gaynor working it to Ellie Flower, who puts a cross into the box off of an Iowa State defender, and that will be another troubling Cincinnati corner kick.
Another great opportunity here for the Bearcats to get a third one in the back of the net. We've seen it already in this game, them doing it. Now let's see if they can get another one through a corner.
This will be Claire Ray standing over the corner kick. And the left-footed cross put into the box. High one near the far post. Roaring tries to get ahead to it, but it is safely handled and kicked away by the Iowa State defense. But it is picked up by Kayla Gaynor, working off Cardulo. And that is off of Gaynor for a McKenna Marshall throw-in. And, bunch of subs. Number 2, Gilly Johnson. Spitzer and Walters will come off. I'm not even going to try. Regan Johnson comes on, I believe. But now they're Cyclones work by the Big 12 logo, but that is falls to Joffrey, who does some fancy footwork. Falls to Kendrick, now to Gaynor. Brianna Gaynor working up the left wing. It'll fall out of bounds off the mishandled dribble by Brianna Gaynor. Now she looks to retake her own mistake. Works it to the middle of the field to Zimmerman. Zimmerman works it up the middle of the field. Now to the center circle. And that'll find the waiting legs of Claire Ray as the Bearcats mount a counterattack. Barber works it to the right wing. Long cross put in by Ellie. No, not yet. Ellie Flower looks to cross. Now she works it into the box with some fancy step-overs. Finds Ray, now working at the edge of the D. And she works it back to the defense to reset for Swingle. Swingle puts a long one into the box, looking to find Gaynor. Can't quite connect. And Hendrick bodies number 2, Gilly Johnson. And it'll be picked up by Kayla Gaynor. Hendrick slow to get up from that collision as Barber finds Joffrey on the left wing. Joffrey works it inside. Played advantage. Joffrey looks for the cross. Looks for Ellie Flower, who can't quite get her noggin to it, as that is picked up by the Iowa State defense. Working up the left wing. And that will trickle out of bounds for a Bearcat throw-in by Brianna Gaynor.
Iowa Cyclones maintaining strong here in the defensive standpoint. Now for a Bearcat throw-in.
Excuse me, Kayla Gaynor, as she throws it into the right wing to Ellie Flower, who gets a cross off, but that will be well right, resulting in a Canestraro goal kick, excuse me. 11 minutes, 17 seconds left in this first half. 2-0 Bearcats. Canestraro works it to Zimmerman. Still working inside their box. Is that pass intended for Hernandez? Hernandez works it to Marshall. Marshall to Broughton. Bearcats giving her a lot of space to work with. Surveys the field and works it back to Zimmerman. Zimmerman works it to the other side. Hopewell, now working by the Big 12 logo. And that'll be into the Cincinnati half. That'll be comfortably picked up by Kayla Gaynor. Works it to Flower, now by the halfway line. Sliding attempt to get it back in his Iowa State legs is that will find Sophie Forrester, who works it into the middle of the box. And that is picked up by Gaynor to Hendrick, who clears the ball. Now Flower. Claire Ray working off of an Iowa State defender. Pressure applied by Sidlowski. Falls to Hendrick again. Hendrick, long ball up the middle of the field by the Big 12 logo to Flower. Flower muscles the defender off the ball as that will fall for another Bearcat corner kick. Iowa State coach not happy with how his team is playing, but it will not be a Bearcat throw-in or corner kick. It'll be a Canestraro goal kick. Working up the right wing now to number 20, Regan John, new in this game, falls to Hernandez. And that'll fall to Coley Sidlowski, working at the top of the box. She takes it, working inside, takes a shot, and that finds the right side of the goal. Coley Sidlowski picks up the misguided pass, dribbles inside the box, and takes the right-footed shot from 12 yards out. Coley Sidlowski with her second of the day as she jumps into the waiting arms of Cameron Miller near the halfway line. And Sidlowski joins her team on the sideline in absolute jubilation as she puts in her second of the game, putting it 3-0 Bearcats at 9 minutes and 20 seconds in the first half. Coley Sidlowski putting an absolute clinic on senior night.
Beautiful work there by Sidlowski. Gorgeous ball into that outside net.
Forrester, out of a 3-0 deficit, works it to McKenna Marshall. And 14, Hernandez will go down off of a Claire Ray muscle. And now it will be an Iowa State throw-in. That is let out of bounds by number 14, Joy Kimwemwe. Now it'll be Joffrey on the throw-in. Long throw-in looking to find Brianna Gaynor. And it'll be cleared by an Iowa State defender as it falls to Joy Kimwemwe, and it hits off her eye. She's hurt. Brianna Gaynor now working to the right wing. Now to her sister, Kayla. Kayla, working by the Big 12 logo, finds a cross, but that will be misguided and wide right, falling out of bounds for a Canestraro goal kick.
Cyclones here getting agitated at their lack of a number on the scoreboard. Let's see if they can change that up in the last 8 minutes of this first half.
Ball popped up and hit Kimwemwe in the eye. She appears to be okay as that ball is worked to Zimmerman. Cyclones working on the right wing near the Big 12 logo. Zimmerman again. They are working it through their defense, looking to reset out of this 3-0 deficit as that falls to Claire Ray. Ray works it inside, looking for Kimwemwe, but that'll fall to Hendrick near the halfway line. Joffrey now on the ball. Works it inside to Kimwemwe, and her misguided dribble will fall to McKenna Marshall, who works it to Joffrey near the halfway line, and they will reset as that one goes to Swingle. Swingle near the halfway line puts a deflected ball as that will fall to Hernandez, working by the Big 12 logo now. That'll be Hopewell on the left wing. Hernandez now. Pressure from Bearcats forces an Iowa State reset as Zimmerman will let that trickle out of bounds for another Canestraro goal kick. Grace Lodi will come on the field for Hernandez. Six minutes and 50 seconds remain in this first half. Bearcats up 3-0 as that'll go to Hopewell. Working by the Big 12 logo. And that'll be hit to Regan John. John works it to the right wing to McKenna Marshall. Iowa State not being let out of their own half, as that is number 9, Grace Ludi. Pressured by Anna Barber. Forced to her own Big 12 logo, as that will be kicked to Canestraro again. Iowa State struggling to get it out of their own half, as Chloe Broughton takes it inside their own box. Surveys her options, brings it to Zimmerman. Back to Broughton. Back to Zimmerman at the edge of the D. Ball played up the wing to Marshall, who again plays it back to Broughton. Again, back to Zimmerman. Long ball played. That'll find the legs of Joffrey, but is picked up and muscled off the ball. That's now Goodman. Goodman working it to Johnson. Johnson now on the right wing, struggling to find any space as she's met by Joffrey. And it will go out of bounds off of Joffrey's legs for an Iowa State throw-in. It'll be Marshall. Five minutes, 10 seconds left in this first half as that throw-in will fall to Broering. Kicks it out of bounds, clearing it again for another Iowa State throw-in. Marshall throws it in. That'll be off the head of Hendrick for another Iowa State throw-in. Marshall throws it in, and that is met by Joy Kimwemwe, who clears the ball. Picked up in the Cincinnati side of the center circle. Zimmerman now works it to, now by the Big 12 logo, that's McKenna Marshall. Looks for a cross, and that will be well right of the goal for a Cameron Miller goal kick. That cross didn't trouble her much as she looks for her defenders to get up the field before she takes this goal kick. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in this first half. 3-0 Bearcats. Goal kick will fall to a Cincinnati head that is picked up by Ellie Flower in the middle of the field, but it will fall to McKenna Marshall. Back to Hendrick, picked up by Johnson, and Kim Wemwe intercepts that one in the middle of the field. Joffrey. That'll be picked up by Broering as they work it through the Cincinnati defense once more. Swingle back to Broering. Broering to Joffrey, now on the left wing. Joffrey plays it back to Broering. And now working on the right wing, it'll be Swingle. Swingle plays a long ball, looking for the head of Ray. And it falls to Barber as that Ray will be wrestled to the ground, falling for another Bearcat. Free kick. Swingle.
Bearcats back in dangerous territory, looking for another one in the back of the net with this free kick. The Cyclones really need to keep their defense close together and cover all grounds.
Swingle working near the center circle as 3 minutes remain in this first half. 3-0 Bearcats. Swingle's cross goes into the box looking for Broering, but it is safely caught and handled by Canestraro as she starts a breakaway. It'll be Regan John. Works it up to Johnson. Can't quite get around Joffrey as that will trickle out of bounds off of the Cyclones for an Emma Joffrey throw-in. Hendrick is wrestled to the ground, but that will be worked to the middle of the field near the edge of the D to Swingle to Barber. Works it to the other side. Gainer now, Kayla. Works it up the right wing to Flower, now working by the Big 12 logo. To Kayla, but that will trickle out of bounds. Excuse me, I got them mixed up. That was Brianna Gainer. And it will deflect off of Cyclone legs for another Bearcat corner kick. Interesting mistake now leaves Claire Ray standing over a dangerous corner kick. Ray's cross, looking for the head of Barber. Wrestled off, it'll be Hendrick, who tries to turn a long 35-yard shot into the top right corner, just misses wide right. That one looked to trouble Canestraro, but it is comfortably handled now to Zimmerman with just 1 minute left in the first half. 3-0 Bearcats. Picked up by the Cyclone Big 12 logo. That'll be off of Flower. And it will trickle out of bounds for another Cyclone goal kick.
Bearcat offense staying aggressive and pressuring every available opportunity they can.
This Bearcat offense looks like a new team, as earlier in the season they were struggling to put any goals on the board. Now they have 30 seconds remaining in this first half. Goal kick will land near the center of the field as it'll be picked up by Broering. Broering leaves it for Joffrey. Now by the Big 12 logo, but that is a mistake as Johnson works it to the middle of the field. Shot from the Cyclones. Comfortably handled by Cameron Miller as it was a soft shot. Roller to Miller as we will count down the seconds in this first half. Drop kick from Miller will land in the center circle, but it will be too late as time expires in this first half. 3-0 Bearcats as we go into halftime. A different team we have seen this first half, the Bearcats, against a Iowa State team who seems to be on their heels for most of the game.
Yeah, Bearcats here, completely different team, both on the offensive and defensive front. Defense staying nice, close together, covering all ground points as they can. Goalkeeper Miller staying strong as always. But looking on the offensive side, they're really keeping their composure together, having some good ball movement from side to side, and having some great opportunities for shots, really throwing the Iowa Cyclones off guard a little bit.
It has been all Cincinnati Bearcats this first half. But don't go anywhere. We are going to take a break, and we will resume for this second half in a thrilling contest. Bearcats up 3-0 against the Iowa State Cyclones.
Welcome back here at Gettler Stadium for the Cincinnati Bearcats facing the Iowa Cyclones. Cincinnati having a great first half with the lead 3-0 as we head into this first half, staying aggressive on all standpoints, and the Cyclones really struggling on maintaining possession of the ball and getting a good shot on goal.
Today's broadcast is presented by El Vaquero, authentic Mexican dining just steps off of UC's campus on Shortvine. Visit El Vaquero today, 2845 Shortvine Street, and follow them online at El Vaquero Clifton. El Vaquero, the best in Cincinnati. I agree with everything you said. The Bearcats have looked fantastic this first half. They are putting offensive pressure, and they're making Iowa State uncomfortable defensively, and they cannot get any real good shots working offensively.
Yeah, no, this is a completely separate team that we've seen really the entire season for the Cincinnati Bearcats. They've really stepped it up in this match, and if they can keep it up for the rest of this game, they're looking at a great win today.
I mean, it has been pure Bearcat dominance on this extremely cold and windy day. We're freezing up here in the booth, or booth, I say.
Parking lot.
Parking garage. But with that, we will trickle down, and Paulina will take play-by-play this half.
Both teams preparing to get on the field, getting their final points across from the coaches as they both walk on to the field, preparing for this second half once again with the Bearcats leading 3-0. Bearcats trickling onto the field. Cyclone coach getting the last word here as their team cheers it off. And they're also now walking on to the field on this cold Sunday afternoon.
Both teams with 4 wins on the year. Cincinnati looking for their 3rd win in conference play, and Iowa State working out of a deficit, looking to get some goals in the net. They have been struggling offensively, looking for their 2nd win in conference play. Best I think they can do is a tie. If they can threaten a draw, that's, I think, with how this offense has looked in the first half, that's all they're probably going to end up mustering. If they even get any shots on goal, better than yet, any shots in the net. But we'll see how they adjust it at halftime as we resume play. Cincinnati working out of an interesting formation with 3 at the back.
Clara Ray starting it off back to number 11, Faith Broering. Broering down the field, deflected by an Iowa Cyclone player. Now back to number 6 for the Bearcats, Kaylee Carson-Yon. Number 2 here. 3 taking it down the field, trying to maintain it, keep in possession, looking for a cross in the middle, doing some fancy footwork. Cyclone legs, gets it, intercepts it, and now number 16 for the Cyclones tries to head it off. 19 for the Bearcats regains possession. Anna Barber trying to find legs to pass it to. Now back to 6, Carson-Yon. Yon back to number 2, Megan Smith, number 27, then to number 11, taking it down the center. Long ball down the field, deflected by the Cyclones. Back on over to, Cyclone regain possession of number 21 here, 31, Cadence Fagan. Staying with the ball, crossing it out wide, intercepted by number 6, Carson-Yon for the Bearcats, taking it down the field with some pressure from Cyclone player. Number 9 takes it down, Laura Zemburyova, now with a throw-in for the Bearcats.
Great pressure from Zemburyova as she tries to work it down the right side.
Yon throwing it in Soldowski. Soldowski with a cross in, saved by Cyclones goalkeeper Canestraro, who is having an incredible game today despite the 3 goals that have landed in the net. She distributes it out to defensive Cyclone player number 4, Zimmerman. Zimmerman out wide to 25, regains control. Walters trying to find legs. Now back to 16. Bearcats regain possession. Number 11, Roaring, passing it out wide to number 7, Joffrey. Back to Roaring. Now over to Swingle. Swingle, long ball down line. Open player, number 9, Zambaria. Now Soldowski with the ball, looking for a cross in, trying to find some space. Takes a shot. Misses. Now regained possession by the Cyclones. Number 12, Freutzheim. Struggling to keep it in. Deflected by the Bearcats. Now it will be a Cyclone throw-in.
Sidlowski has looked great all game. She's been getting chance after chance inside the box.
Ball back into play with Cyclone legs. Regaining possession for the Bearcats. Trophy got the ball, switching it over defensively. Now number 27 trying to find some legs. Back out to Barber. Barber out to Jan. Jan struggling on the center field. Staying strong. It is now a Bearcats free kick as the Cyclones were a little too aggressive there.
Carson Jan nutmegged the defender there. Fancy footwork from the defender.
It will now be a free kick from Swingle at the center line. Swingle preparing for the kick, looking for some legs. Long ball down the field, deflected by the Cyclones. Number 14 for the Cyclones, now over to number 5. Jan letting the ball go out. Now for Bearcats throwing by Jan, waiting for her teammate to tie her shoe here as they attempt to get it back down the field. Jan with the throw in. Throws it in, deflected by the Cyclones. Now regained possession by Laura Zambaria. Crosses it in. Saved by goalkeeper Canestrato. Cyclones regaining possession. Trying to find some feet now at the center line with number 21, Serdalo. Cyclones got ball. Number 15, Hoover, looking for a shot. Bearcat defense staying strong, eventually deflected and kicked out of bounds by Joffrey. It will now be a Cyclone throw-in by number 7, Marshall. Marshall looking for some feet. It is now in the center of the box, deflected by defender Arthurs for the Bearcats. Bearcats regain possession with now number 5, Felton, taking it downfield, looking for a cross, getting it over to Jan. Jan on the offensive third here, crosses it into the middle, except there's nobody there to regain the ball. Shot by number 9, Simbarea, and a wonderful save by Canestrato. It will now be a Bearcats corner kick once again. This is how they scored in the last half. We'll see if they can repeat that in this corner kick.
Iowa State forcing their goalkeeper to make these incredible saves. I mean, that was an incredible diving effort on a powerful shot from Laura Zemryova.
Corner here being taken by Smith. Smith preparing for the kick, crossing it into the middle. Heads go up. Cyclones get it out of the box. No, they don't. And it is another shot by the Bearcats. However, it hits the outside netting. It will now be a Canestraro goal kick.
Swingle couldn't quite curl it into that near side.
Cyclones trying to get it out. Boots it down the field to 21, Cerdulo. Now over to 7. Bearcats trying to regain possession, head it out of bounds. It will now be another Cyclones throw in. Cyclones throw it in to number 6, Broughton. Broughton now has ball, looking at where to pass it to. Passing it to center to number 4, Zimmerman. Zimmerman trying to find some legs. Back out to Broughton. Broughton looking for a pass. Passes it down the field. getting it near the box. Cyclones trying to find a cross in, deflected by number 12 for the Bearcats. And it will be another out of bounds from the Bearcats. Another Cyclones throw in by number 7, Marshall. Marshall throwing it into 12.
I will retake play-by-play for the rest of this second half. 37 seconds, 37 minutes, 37 seconds remain as a car horn goes off behind us. It'll be Cameron Miller who plays it out wide to Swingle, pressured by Iowa State defenders. Attackers, as Sidlowski picks it up near the center line. She works it back in the middle. She's looking to make a run. She plays it to Ray. Ray back out wide to Felton, now working on the left wing, looking for a cross. Dribbles past 7, can't quite score through. And 7 will clear it out of bounds for a Joffrey throw-in.
Bearcat offense continuing to stay very aggressive in the second half.
Joffrey puts the throw into Felton, covered by 2 Cyclones. And works it back out to Joffrey. Joffrey looks for a long cross. Looking for Ray. Won't quite find her head, as it'll be an Iowa State break. Oh, wait, no. It will be kept in the Iowa State half. Zembryova tries to pick it up. It'll be picked up by Goodman, who works it back to the defense. That'll be Broughton. Now to Zimmerman. Zimmerman works it up the field. It'll be picked up by the Big 12 logo. That'll be Hopewell. Hopewell plays a long ball through, picked up by Swingle. Now it'll be Carson Yon, muscled by Walters. Finds the waiting arms of Hopewell, who knocks it out of bounds for a Bearcat throw-in by Carson Yon.
Cyclones now amping up their aggression as they're kind of getting agitated. At the time is now 35 minutes into the second half, and they still have no points on the board.
One of the more vocal coaches, Mike Fannin, for the Iowa State side, unhappy with how this game has played out so far. Carson Yon looking to make a throw-in. And it will go off the hand of number 23, Hopewell. Another Carson Yon throw-in. Looks to play it long to Sidlowski, and it will fall to Lauren Hernandez, who works it back to Canestraro. Canestraro back out wide to Broughton. Broughton plays a ball down the right wing. It'll be picked up by Ray, who clears it back to the Iowa State half. Barber now to Zembryova, who tries to find Megan Smith. Zimmerman works it around Smith, plays it back to Canestraro, making the safe play, not letting Megan Smith advance at all. Now Zimmerman again at the edge of the D, plays a long ball. Can't quite find Iowa State legs, except it does. Number 12, Lucy Freudheim, works it out wide, but it'll be picked up by Carson Yon. Carson Yon can't quite bring it back up to the front line before it trickles out of bounds. It'll be an Iowa State throw-in. Aaron Hopewell. Marshall will come off in place of Loida. The throw-in off of the head of Spitzer. Falls back to her. It'll be Walters, and she will be shouldered before she can get a touch of the ball as it trickles out of bounds for another Bearcat throw-in.
Cyclones here struggling to maintain possession as they finally get into this offensive side for the Bearcats.
34 minutes remaining in the second half. 3-0 Bearcats as Cameron Miller stands over her goal kick. Will lay it out wide to Swingle. Swingle plays a ball to Sidlowski, but it is intercepted by Walters. Walters to Hernandez. Working out of the left wing, back to Walters, looking for space, but it will be kicked out of bounds by Walters, but it will deflect off of Carson Yon for a free kick for the Cyclones.
Cyclones here now really in dangerous territory, looking to get one in the back of the net, their first one of the match. Bearcat defense will really need to stay strong and collected here, as they have almost the entirety of the Cyclone offense, except 2 players in the box.
Morgan Goodman whips the cross into the box, and Iowa State head will get to it. I believe it was Taylor Spitzer, but she will knock it straight out of bounds, forcing a Bearcat throw-in.
Bearcats now looking to regain possession and bring it back down to the field.
It'll be a Carson Yon throw-in on this cold, cold day. It is cold inside this parking garage. My hands are freezing up. I imagine theirs are too, as Carson Yon throws it in to Sidlowski, who is wrestled to the ground. It'll be Iowa State possession to Walters. Dribbles around. Finds Goodman. Goodman works it back out to Hopewell. Hopewell centers it to number 12, Freutheim. Freutheim to Broughton. Excuse me, that's Loida. To Cardillo. Cardillo works it by the Big 12 logo, covered by Megan Smith. To Zimmerman. Zimmerman works it to the front. Now working by the Big 12 logo again. Defender up front, looks for the cross, can't quite get it. Megan Smith now with the ball. Zimmerman looks to take it off her, but a long ball played through Megan Smith will be picked up by Broughton, intended for Felton. And it will work through the Iowa State defense as they reset. 31 minutes, 37 seconds left in this second half. 3-0 Bearcats.
Great ball movement here by the Cyclones as we're in their defensive third.
Zembriova pressures the pass from Zimmerman to Canestraro, but it'll be worked to the center line. Covered by Ray, picked up by Joffrey. Felton back to Joffrey, and it will now work through the Cincinnati defense as it'll be picked up by Broering. Played to Miller. Plays it out wide to Swingle, looking for the long ball. Plays it to Sidlowski. Sidlowski will pick it back up. Barber. Now to Ray. Ray lays it out wide to Joffrey. Joffrey now at the center line. Plays it to Felton. Felton back to Joffrey. 1-2 attempted, but it'll be deflected off of a Cyclone, as it'll be a Joffrey throw-in.
Cyclones really need to stay tight here and make sure they cover all their grounds on the defensive standpoint, because we've already seen it in this match that the Bearcats are not afraid to get up in the box quickly.
Joffrey's throw-in will fall to Loida, who heads it out of bounds for another throw-in. 30 minutes, 20 seconds left in this second half. And she is covered, but that is a shot attempt from Megan Smith, who had, I believe it was Hernandez's arms all around her, but Sidlowski will pick it up on the other side of the field. Barber will play it back to Broering, and it will be circulated through the Cincinnati defense. Megan Smith had a good chance, but Hernandez's arms were crowding around Megan Smith, not allowing her any sense of movement. Joffrey will play it to Barber now by the middle line. Ray will now play it to Felton, working out of the left wing. Felton now to Broering, working at the center circle. Will lay it off to Swingle. Swingle will put a long ball into the Big 12 logo. That'll be picked up by Zembriova, who has options. Plays it to Megan Smith. Smith steps over, and she will be brought down by Zimmerman. Ray now at the top of the D. Iowa State can't clear. Works it around. Looks for a left-footed shot. And it will hit the bar as it'll stay in the box. Zimmerman heads it up. Zembriova tries to get a leg to it, and it'll be cleared out.
That was a beautiful shot there, just clearly pure unluck with that post.
It'll be picked up by Joffrey, and it'll be back at the center circle to Broering. Broering plays it to Swingle again. This is a different Bearcat offense than we have seen all season. Now at the center line. Plays it through the Big 12 logo, looking for Carson Yon, streaking down the right side. And she will pick up the ball, looks for a cross, picked up by Zimmerman. It'll be worked to Barber. Barber will lay it off to Swingle, and Swingle will work it around to Broering, now at the center of the field. Barber plays it off to Swingle again. Barber now at the center circle. Will work it, play it, run it. The Big 12 logo. Can't quite find anything. It'll find Walters. Walters makes a run all the way to the center circle. It'll be picked up and cleared by Joffrey for a Cyclone throw-in near the center line as Sophie Forrester and Regan John will come on for Goodman and Cardlow.
Seeing a bit of a different Cyclone defense as we head into the second half as well. They're applying a lot more pressure, making it a little harder for the Bearcats to get a good shot on goal.
27.5 minutes left in this second half. 3-0 Bearcats as that ball will be played down the left wing. Intended for Zembriova, just a little bit too powerful for her as it'll fall to Canestraro, working it to Zimmerman at the top of the D. Zimmerman will play a ball intended for Walters. Will deflect off of Jan. It'll dribble out of bounds for a Walters throw-in. Halting the momentum for the Iowa State attack for just a little bit, but it'll fall to Freudheim. Freudheim looking for a pass into the box. It'll be picked up by Forrester, and it'll be cleared out by Anna Barber, but it'll fall to Broughton. Broughton looking to keep forward momentum. Fall to Walters. Excuse me, that's Loida on the right wing near the Big 12 logo. Roaring now, and it'll deflect off of number 16, Spitzer. And it'll be cleared out by Swingle, leaving no doubt, except it stays in bounds, picked up by the Big 12 logo by the Cyclones. Their attack is not finished. Now it's Forrester looking for a cross, but it will be handled by Joffrey, but it will go out for another Cameron Miller goal kick.
Another great game for Cameron Miller. She's been killing it all season, and now with this game, not a single shot gone in the net. Let's see if she can keep it up for the rest of the game, staying strong with a clear streak.
Cameron Miller has not been challenged really all game as 26 minutes remain in this second half, but it will be a chance for the Cyclones as Walters finds the middle of the box, and a slow dribbling shot will find the waiting arms of a diving Cameron Miller, who handles that shot with no real trouble.
Great save there by Miller as she looks for a punt now.
Dribbles the ball out for a drop kick. Will find the center line, now falls to Barber, who is wrestled down by the Cyclones. Hernandez now looks to find Walter, streaking down the left wing, plays it in. An excellent defense from Carson Jan will wrestle the ball away from, but it falls to Hernandez. Now in the middle of the box to number 16, works it inside the box. Taylor Spitzer's shot will fall wide left of the Cincinnati goal. And Cameron Miller not worried by that one in the slightest. 25 minutes left in this second half. 3-0 Bearcats. As it will be Swingle's goal kick. Fannon's booming English accent can be heard all across Gettler Stadium as the goal kick will find a Cyclone head falling to Walters, but it'll be cleared by Jan to Megan Smith, who's met by Hernandez. And then it'll go to Megan Smith again, who dribbles past. She scores through. It's 3-on-3. Wrestled off the ball by Lucy Freudheim. Again, falls to Freudheim. Now it'll go to Forrester. Forrester finds Freudheim. Now to Spitzer, and it will be comfortably picked up by the Big 12 logo for Claire Ray. Claire Ray dribbles it to the center line. Long ball intended for Zembriova, finds its target, and it will be called offsides on the Bearcats. It'll fall to Zimmerman. Zimmerman works it to Walters on the left wing, covered by Jan, dribbles past. Tries to find a pass to Spitzer, picked up by Broering in the middle of the field. Lays it off to Swingle, who finds Broering again. Back to Swingle. Ball intended for Zembriova, picked up, falls to Walters. And then it finds Spitzer. Spitzer works it to the middle, edge of the D. Shot attempt blocked by Faith Broering. And Cameron Miller will let it trickle out of bounds for an Iowa State corner.
Bearcats here thrown a little bit off guard by the Cyclones' change of pace with the ball. They've definitely sped it up in this second half and have also stepped up their aggression.
23 minutes remain in this second half. 3-0 Bearcats. You got to think the wind will definitely have an effect on this corner kick. And she will whip in the right-footed cross. We'll find a Bearcat head as is cleared out. Remaining with Iowa State possession, though, it'll be Hopewell on the ball. Finds Forrester in the box. Joffrey now will let it trickle out of bounds, and it will be another Iowa State corner.
Looks like one of the players has a little bit of an injury here as she's trickling on in the middle of the box. Number 11 for the Bearcats, Roaring, struggling to get up after that pass corner kick. Another
corner will be whipped in. It'll find the head of number 12, Lucy Freudsheim, but it will be headed into the ground, and a simple bouncing ball safely collected by Cameron Miller.
Miller has had great hands this game, great hands this season. Hope she keeps it up in the second half.
Miller plays the drop kick intended for Sidlowski, but it will fall now to Zimmerman. Lays it off to Broughton. Zembryova looking to sneak up on Broughton, but she will play it back to the goalkeeper. Now to Zimmerman. Plays a long ball intended for Spitzer. And it will now be picked up by number 12, Freudsheim. Freudsheim to Hernandez. Plays it now to the Big 12 logo out to Forrester, but it will be too powerful as it will trickle out of bounds. Flower will now come on for Felton, and Hendrick for Megan Smith.
Will be interesting to see here with the Bearcats throw in if the Bearcats can transition back into more of an offensive game, keeping it in the Iowa half.
Gilly Johnson will come on for Taylor Spitzer, as Joffrey still holds the ball with 20 minutes and 55 seconds left in this second half. 3-0 Bearcats. Ball being worked around, pinballed around by the Big 12 logo, will find Zembryova. And she lays it off to Carson Yan now at the right wing. Still in Cincinnati territory, now to Flower. Flower works it back to Yan, who will lay it off to Swingle, and it will work around the Cincinnati defense once more. Cameron Miller picks it up at the edge of the D. Now to Broering, who works it back to Miller. Iowa State attack converges on Cameron Miller. Now to Swingle, who works it to Barber in the middle of the field. Pressure. Now Yan. Yan plays it to Broughton. And it will be a chance for Ellie Flower to pick it up, but she cannot execute, as it will be. And number 23, Erin Hopewell, will be wrestled down by Ellie Flower near the center circle.
That was some great ball movement there by the Bearcats. Regardless of the Cyclone pressure, it will now be a Cyclone free kick at the half line.
Broughton will lay it off to Zimmerman. Now at the center circle, in the center line. Zimmerman, long cross played through. Jan will get ahead to it, but it will be a chance for the Iowa State Cyclones. Freudsheim looking for a call. Again, Mike Fannin being very verbal about what he wants out of his players. 21, Cardillo will come back on, as it will be an Iowa State throw-in. We'll throw it into Forrester. Working at the top of the box, turns in. It'll be defended well by Flower, but it will trickle out of bounds off of Gilly Johnson. Off of Carson Yan. And it will be... No, it trickled off of Gilly Johnson, and it will be a Maddie Swingle free kick. I am not sure what happened there.
I'm pretty sure offsides here by the Cyclones.
The offsides will now force a Maddie Swingle free kick. 18.5 minutes left in this second half. 3-0 Bearcats. Barber gets ahead to it as it pinballs around in the air. Will fall to Swingle, who clears it well into Iowa State territory, but it will be and Arana Hopewell throw in.
Cyclones continuing to be agitated by their lack of a number on the scoreboard as they throw it in now towards the center field.
Hendrick will get ahead to it, but it will fall into Cincinnati territory. It'll be a call against Carson Yon. Again, Mike Fannin screaming, hands on his knees on the sideline. He is upset with how this game has played out for Iowa State. 17 minutes, 40 seconds left in this second half. 3-0 Bearcats as Regan John stands over a free kick.
Cyclones here hoping to get one in the back of the net, one of their only good chances that they've had in this game.
Iowa State's free kick is whipped near the top of the D, but that'll be safely cleared. And now to Zembryova, looking to start a Bearcat attack as she has a breakthrough. She has numbers. She finds Coley Sidlowski on the edge of the box, and she is wrestled down by number 21 as that call will favor the Bearcat or the Cyclones. Interesting call by the referee as both players went down. Call on Coley Sidlowski, but it will be a free kick from the goalkeeper, Canestraro. Haven't said her name a whole lot as it has been Iowa State's possession nearly this entire half. They have been playing a much more aggressive brand of soccer in this second half. 16 and a half minutes, 3-0 Bearcats, as she will lay it off to Broughton. Broughton plays a long ball through to Forrester, but it'll be picked up off the head of Broering, who knocks it well out of bounds. Now to Loida for the throw-in.
It's important here for the Bearcats to stay on a level ground, not get too agitated or stressed out by their lack of shots on goal in this half.
Megan Smith will clear the ball out of Cincinnati territory, and it will fall to Canestraro, lays it off to Zimmerman. Pressured by Laura Zembryova. Zimmerman makes a run near the center circle, lays off to Loida. Now to Forrester by the Big 12 logo, now at the edge of the box, looks for a cross, and it will be off the knees of Faith Broering for another Iowa State corner kick,
Another great opportunity here for the Iowa State Cyclones to get one in the back of the net. Bearcats looking to continue their strong defense that they've had this entire game, brand new defense that we've seen this entire season.
The corner kick for the Cyclones. The right-footed cross is put into the box, and Cameron Miller will put her glove to it, but it will be called out on the Cyclones on a great stop by Cameron Miller.
Miller having another great game with some great saves, staying strong this entire game.
It'll be Swingle's free kick again on this cold Sunday afternoon. 14 minutes, 50 seconds left in this second half. 3-0 Bearcats. Swingle's free kick will find the head of Gilly Johnson. Swingle will body Sophie Forrester, and it is pinballing around near the edge of the Cincinnati D. Forrester plays it out wide. Shot blocked by Ellie Flower, and it will be Sidlowski now, who has a chance. Breakaway. She has numbers near the center line. Sidlowski plays a ball, blocked by Zimmerman. Now it'll fall to Barber. Barber plays it out wide to Flower. Flower working at the top of the box. That's Hendrick. Now Joffrey on the wing. Looks for the left-footed cross. Safely collected by Canestraro. Rolls it out to Hernandez. Iowa State running out of time. Plays it to Gilly Johnson, and it will trickle out of bounds for another Carson Yon throw-in.
Cyclones really trying to play quick as the time is starting to run out.
The Gaynor twins will come on as Megan Smith, Zembryova, and Felton come off. Claire Ray, Kayla, and Brianna Gaynor will come on as Zimmerman handles it by the Big 12 logo on the Iowa State side. Long clearance picked up by Hendrick. Hendrick plays it to Swingle, lays it off to Broering. Pressure. It'll find Joffrey on the left wing. Joffrey plays it up, and it'll be intercepted by Chloe Broughton, and it will work around the Iowa State defense once more, picked up by Canestraro. 13 minutes, 20 seconds left in this second half. 3-0 Bearcats. Broughton plays a long ball. It'll find Forrester. Gaynor will look to defend, but Broering will clear it. Now it's by the center circle. It'll be picked up by Brianna Gettler, who looks to play a left-footed cross. No, it's Coley Sidlowski now at the edge of the D. Take a shot. A bouncing attempt will not find the waiting arms of Canestraro, and Coley Sidlowski off that shot attempt is now down on the field, but she is helped up by her teammates. Still sitting, actually. Helped up now.
Seems to be struggling to stand up after that amazing shot on goal.
Sidlowski a bit shaken up after that shot on goal, as Paulina said. And the trainers will jog on the field to check on the shaken up Sidlowski. And she puts an arm over Ellie Flower and Anna Barber as she is limping off the field. That is a big loss for the Cincinnati Bearcats, as Coley Sidlowski, 2 goals on the day. Not what you want to see for the senior on senior night.
Has been having an amazing game in today's match. Now struggling walking off with the trainers. It will be interesting to see how the Bearcats continue with their stamina and with how they've been playing for the rest of this match with 12 minutes and 49 seconds left.
Teams take a water break as Sidlowski continues to limp off the field. Again, awful to see a senior go down on senior night, but that is the luck of the draw, as 12 minutes and 49 seconds remain in this second half. 3-0 Bearcats.
Good time here for both teams to regroup as they now head back on to the field to finish out this match. Once again, Bearcats leading 3-0 with 12:49 left in the game.
Jada Arthurs will come on for the injured Coley Sidlowski, as the Bearcats look to hold on to this 3-0 lead in the remaining 12 minutes and 50 seconds.
It will be hard for the Cyclones to come back with this 3-0 deficit.
Cyclones, as you said, are still looking to mount a comeback. Time is ticking. And the ball will be put in play for the goalkeeper, Canestraro, who rolls it out wide to Broughton. Broughton surveys, lays it off to Zimmerman near the edge of the D. Zimmerman plays a long ball, looking for Forrester. Doesn't quite find her. Picked up by a Gaynor twin. Now Barber, who is wrestled to the ground by Gilly Johnson. And it will be played out of bounds by Hernandez for a Kayla Gaynor throw-in.
Cyclones being a little too aggressive there.
Kayla will play a long throw-in, picked up by Ellie Flower. And she is wrestled to the ground by Gilly Johnson. The ball will pinball until Swingle comfortably and authoritatively knocks it out of bounds for a clearance. It'll be number 23, Erin Hopewell, on the throw-in. Referee stops play so that Zimmerman can pull up her sock, and the Hopewell throw will fall to Forrester. And it is a foul called on Kayla Gaynor.
Cyclones here looking for a shot on goal as we are very close to the box in dangerous territory.
Regan John will stand over this free kick. She will lay it off to Zimmerman, who takes a left-footed shot, and that is wide right, as that is about an entire goal right of the goal.
We've seen the Cyclones really struggling to get many shots on frame throughout the entire match, which is really what's been costing them this match, as well as Miller's great saves throughout the entire game.
It'll be Broering standing over this goal kick as she lays it off to Cameron Miller. Back to Broering. Looking to waste a little bit of time. Long ball played up to Jada Arthurs. It will trickle out of bounds. 10 minutes, 50 seconds left in this second half. 3-0 Bearcats. Aggressive throw-in from Iowa State, picked up by Hendrick. Hendrick plays it to Brianna Gaynor, who is wrestled to the ground by Hernandez for a Bearcat free kick. Maybe a little bit of acting there from Brianna Gaynor, but she draws the foul, and it will be a Cincinnati free kick.
Cyclones getting a little too aggressive once again in their agitation of a lack of a goal.
Broering plays a long ball to Jada Arthurs, but that will be called offsides.
Another issue that we've seen with this season in the offensive standpoint for the Bearcats on getting a little too close with those offsides.
Now just 10 minutes remaining in this second half. 3-0 Bearcats. Lays it off to Zimmerman. Working by the top of the D. Now plays it to Broughton. Pressured by Jada Arthurs. She's got a full tank of gas. Head by Broering falls to Swingle. It's a bit of a mess. Pinballing around near the Big 12 logo now. Will be played to Forrester, but it'll be cleared by Emma Joffrey. Now Zimmerman by the center circle. Will play it to Gilly Johnson. Now working off the left wing in the shadows. And it will be well defended by Ellie Flower. And it will be cleared by Swingle as that stays in bounds. Excellent clearance from Swingle, not allowing a Cyclone throw-in as it is worked to Zimmerman, who puts it right back in Cincinnati territory. Well long for the intended Gilly Johnson, and that will fall for a Bearcat throw-in.
Bearcats staying strong on the defensive standpoint, staying nice and tight, trying to make sure that it gets nowhere near the box.
It'll be Kayla Gaynor who throws it in for the Bearcats as a stoppage of play, as the referee moves her well back of where she was intended to take the throw.
Continues to move her back now for her throw-in.
Long throw-in. It'll fly over the head of Ray. It'll be worked back to Zimmerman at the center line. Brianna Gaynor giving chase. Worked back to Zimmerman. Now it'll be Hopewell. Covered by Flower. It'll be worked back to the center of the field to Broughton. Broughton looks to play a long pass. Finds Loida on the right wing near the Big 12 logo. Jada Arthurs steals it off of Loida, and then Joffrey will boot it out of bounds. 8 minutes and 15 seconds left in this second half. Time is running out for the Iowa State Cyclones as they are mounting offensive pressure, but not able to do much with it as Jada Arthurs picks it up by the Big 12 logo. Cleared again, and that will be down the sideline. Excellent clearance by Maddie Swingle, I believe, as that goes out near the halfway line. Referee stops play again, making sure the throw-in is being taken from the correct place.
Cyclones really agitated, trying to get quick with their plays. However, not necessarily working in their favor, like you mentioned.
This is a frustrated Iowa State team as they can't seem to capitalize on their offensive pressure. It'll be hit all the way back to the Zimmerman by the center circle. Now Broughton. Broughton plays it to the right wing, excuse me. And the referee will call a foul on Jada Arthurs.
Another free kick here for the Cyclones. Another great opportunity for them to make use of for a goal.
Jada Arthurs, excuse me. Now it'll be a free kick for, I believe, Loida and the Cyclones. Dangerous territory. Her right-footed cross whipped in by the edge of the D. It'll fall to Hopewell, who works it to the left wing, and that'll be too strong for Zimmerman, who gives up on the play.
Looking like another Bearcats throw in here as we have some subs coming on the field, trading off.
Goodman will come on for John, and Hendrick will come off in place of Megan Smith. 7 minutes remain in this second half. 3-0 Bearcats. It will be hit out of bounds by Ellie Flower, and it will be a Freudheim throw in.
Quick turnaround here for the Cyclones.
Finds a Cincinnati head, and Megan Smith will throw a player to the ground, not called by the referee, picked up by Zimmerman at the center of the field. And Broughton will play it back, but it'll be picked up by Flower, and she is met by Hopewell for another Cincinnati throw-in. The pace of play is ramping up as these desperate Iowa State Cyclones look to mount a comeback in the last 6 minutes. And that will be thrown out of bounds. Broughton will play it to Zimmerman. Zimmerman, again, looking for the long ball. That's been their strategy this second half. Plays it to Loida on the right wing. Loida plays the long ball to Forrester, but it will trickle out of bounds. And another chance wasted for these Cyclones. Time is ticking. 3-0 Bearcats.
Miller here with another goal kick.
It'll be Broering who takes it. And that will land well out of bounds off the chest of Jada Arthurs.
Cyclones here trying to be quick with their plays as they don't have much time to get on the board.
Loida will throw it in. It'll be passed back to Loida. Puts a ball through to Gilly Johnson, excuse me. It'll be picked up by Forrest, who works it back out to the right wing. Looking for a cross, but it'll be off the legs of Jada Arthurs for a Iowa State corner kick. Iowa State hasn't been able to capitalize on these corner kicks thus far. They have 6 on the day. 5 minutes remain in this second half. 3-0 Bearcats.
Great opportunity here for them to get one on the board.
The left-footed cross tries to find the head of Goodman. Can't quite get there. Loida will kick it well beyond the byline, and that will fall for another Cameron Miller goal kick as Sidlowski takes the place of Brianna Gaynor.
Not Bearcats. Cyclones unable to stay composed under pressure once they're up there and are unable to get another good shot on goal.
Cameron Miller will lay it off to Broering. Broering will play a long ball to Arthurs. Off the head of Loida will find the feet of Megan Smith. Being pressured by Hernandez. Plays it back to Cameron Miller. Will lay it off to Swingle. Swingle plays a long ball intercepted by Hopewell, yes. Back to Hopewell. Beats Flower. But Flower regains control of the ball. Excellent take. Swingle plays it back to Miller. Pressured. Iowa State now applying pressure. Bearcats panicking. Picked up by Kayla Gaynor, now with some space to work. Plays a long ball to Sidlowski, picked up by the Big 12 logo. She's alone. It's a one-on-one. Sidlowski takes the shot, and it is comfortable save by Canastraro. Excellent chance from Coley Sidlowski. Couldn't capitalize on it as Zimmerman lays it out to Loida. 3.5 minutes left. Bearcats up 3-0. Forrester picks it up by the center line. Lays it off to Loida. Excuse me, that's Cardillo. Cardillo plays it by the center half, loses the ball. It's now Megan Smith, joined by Coley Sidlowski. Plays it to Flower by the Big 12 logo. Looks to find a right-footed cross. Sends it, but that'll be off the legs of Aaron Hopewell for another Cincinnati corner kick as Zembriova will come on. Zembriova will come on for Jada Arthurs. Coley Sidlowski playing like she was never injured in the first place. 3 minutes remain, 3-0 Bearcats, and it is all but over. Bearcats look to add some insurance, however. It'll be Megan Smith on the cross from the corner kick. She lays it in. It'll be a high cross off the head of Coley Sidlowski. Excuse me, that was Broering, but it will be knocked out of bounds, and it will be a Canastraro goal kick. Time ticking. Zimmerman now. Pressure by Zembriova. Played to Canestraro. Zimmerman. Lots of pressure applied by these Bearcats who are up 3-0.
Bearcats staying strong with their pressure, not allowing the Cyclones to get down the field or out of their defensive third.
Picked up by the Big 12 logo. Now, this is a chance for Freud time. Iowa State now with numbers. Joined by the Big 12 logo. That's Loida. Now working to the box. Shot, left-footed shot blocked by Joffrey, and that is cleared by Kayla Gaynor. Will fall to Hernandez by the center circle. Hernandez now to Gilly Johnson, and she will knock it out of bounds for a Gaynor throw-in. 2 minutes remain. 3-0 Bearcats.
Bearcats trying to get them out of their third here, moving it down the field.
Throw picked up. It's now Hernandez, but it will be intercepted by Claire Ray, who plays a long ball intended for Sidlowski. Won't find her. Now to Gilly Johnson, headed by Gaynor. It'll bounce over her head, and it will fall out off of Johnson. A fight to see who would go off of it, but it is actually a foul on Gilly Johnson.
Cyclones again being a little too aggressive. Bearcats here trying to get it back into the Cyclones half.
Swingle now standing over this free kick. 1 minute, 10 seconds left in this second half. It is all but over. Cyclones, I think the thought of a comeback is out of their heads. 1 minute remains. They're just looking to not get embarrassed. Cameron Miller looking for her clean sheet. 1 minute remains. 3-0 Bearcats. Claire Ray now giving pressure, but it'll be Iowa State ball as that will find Ellie Flower. Plays it back to Cameron Miller. Iowa State still applying pressure, and that will be played to Swingle, but it will roll out of bounds off the feet of Cameron Miller. A throw in now. It'll be Hopewell. Hopewell finds the head of Barber. 30 seconds remain. Time ticking. Another Hopewell throw. Hopewell throws it into the ground. Back to Hopewell. Barber is jumping in the air. She falls for the pump fake. It'll be Zimmerman now. 15 seconds remain. Hopewell. And it will be kicked out of bounds by Barber. 6, 5. The commentator counts the game down. It'll be a cross into the box, but that will not result in anything as Swingle kicks it away, and Cameron Miller keeps her clean sheet as a clinical, clean 3-0 win for the Bearcats occurs. And that is an absolutely clinical performance from these Bearcats who have struggled all season but seem to have offensively been able to put it together here in the latter half of the season.
No, yeah, the Cyclones today really struggled on regaining their composure after the first few goals. Got agitated, got stressed out, and were unable to get one on the board. The Bearcats maintaining composure, keeping their pressure throughout the entire match, and although in that second half they did struggle to get it into the offensive side for the Cyclones, as the Cyclones did step up their pressure, they still kept up a great match and ended with 3-0.
Bearcats will finish the season 5-7-6 and going 3-5-2 in the Big 12, and the Cyclones finish 4-9-3 and 1-8-1 in the Big 12, and that'll do it for this women's soccer season. The Bearcats, not the way they hoped to go out, but they finished it on a strong note, putting offensive goals and offensive pressure on these Iowa State Cyclones and finishing the season off right.
Yeah, like you said, they definitely did finish off this season right. Sad enough, though, that they couldn't play how they played today throughout earlier in the season. If they had, maybe they would have had a better record. However, they did finish it off quite strongly. Great performance all around from all the players. Once again, Miller had a great season, another great game. She does not fail to disappoint her team and keeps up her saves regardless of what team they're playing.
The Virginia transfer really helped out Cincinnati, although the story of the game will be the offensive pressure. 2 goals for Coley Sidlowski and 1 for Megan Smith, I believe, but I'm not sure on that.
Sidlowski's comeback as well. We saw her in that second half. She fell to her feet. She stepped out of the game for a little bit with a little bit of an injury. Not sure exactly what happened there, but she came back strong, had another great play, almost got a 3rd goal today. So really, she has had a great game today with a great comeback.
That'll just about do us for us here at Bearcast Media. I'm Miles Essenpreis, joined by Paulina Arana. Final score, 3-0 Bearcats, and we will see you next time.